If you've ever tried to figure out how to buy a home but ended up more confused than when you started, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Giselle from HomeQualifiers, and today I'm going to change that. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything. The banks, the lenders, and honestly, what the entire real estate industry never tells you, and in what order you should be doing things. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do and where to start. So let's get started. The first thing I want to address is, why is this so overwhelming for so many people? And it's not because buying a home is super complicated. It's because nobody ever hands you a roadmap. Think about it. We spent 12 years in school, maybe even more. We learned how to write an essay in MLA format, and we learned algebra, and we learned history, and we learned all these things. And, you know, they're all necessary and they're all very important, but not one class, not one single class showed us how to buy a house and explained how credit works, what a mortgage actually is, or what's the process, what happens between wanting a home and actually getting a home. And here's the thing, this information gets passed down through family. So if your parents bought a home, maybe they passed down some information, they passed down some tips. But if your parents rented, that conversation never happens. And that gap is not your fault. The biggest mistake people make when starting to buy a home is starting in the wrong place. The first thing you want to do when you start thinking about buying a home is saving up money, or you start looking at houses online, and then you walk into a lender's office and then you get denied. And I know that process feels very logical, but it's not how it actually works. The correct order is this: credit first, down payment and finances second, and pre-approval third. That's it. That's the sequence. And the reason this order matters so much is because this is a sequence. Each step affects one after the other. So for example, your credit score is going to affect your interest rate. Your interest rate is going to affect your monthly payment. Your monthly payment affects how much of a house you can afford. And your affordability is going to affect what type of loan programs you may qualify for. So it's all connected. It's a chain reaction, and it all starts with credit. Walking into a lender's office without your credit being optimized is the equivalent of walking into a job interview with no preparation. So what is the worst outcome? What's on the line here? Money. Most people think your credit is just gonna decide whether you get approved or whether you get denied, but that's only half of it. Your credit score also determines your interest rate, and your interest rate determines your monthly payment for 30 years. So here's like a real life example, right? Two people buy the exact same house, same neighborhood, same purchase price, everything exactly the same. But one person has a higher credit score than the other. Let's say person A has a credit score in the low 600s, and person B has a credit score of the mid 700s. Person B with the credit score of the mid 700s is gonna pay $600 less a month than person A. And we're thinking, okay, that's just $600, right? But think about it. It's $600 every month. And if you do the math, $600 for 30 years, that's over $200,000 more. And remember, exact same house, exact same neighborhood, exact same everything, just a different credit score. So when people say, oh, my credit is good enough to get approved. Okay, that might be right. But is it good enough and optimized enough to give you the best rates? That's the real question. But good enough to get approved and optimized enough to get the best rates is two different things. This is why credit is the first step, not because you need perfect credit, but because optimizing your credit first before you apply for a home is one of the most beneficial things you can do throughout this entire process. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about down payment, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. There's this myth that's been around for so long that you need 20% down to buy a home. That number gets thrown out so much, and people have spent years not moving forward because of this myth. But some programs require as little as 3.5% down, and some programs even require 0 down. So that myth, forget about it. And then on top of that, there's so many down payment assistance programs out there that many of you might not even know about. And grants, not loans. That means you don't have to pay them back. that give qualifier buyers anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 of down payment assistance. So before you spend another year saving every single dollar that you have to your name and trying to build this down payment by yourself, you need to know what you actually might qualify for. Now, what do lenders look at? They pull your credit report, yes, but they also pull every account you have, every balance you have, every payment history, every inquiry, and they're looking at several specific things that you may not even heard of. This number that I'm about to mention is probably one of the most important numbers in this entire process, and it's your DTI, and nobody talks about it. What is DTI? DTI is debt to income ratio. Basically, your DTI is the percentage of your monthly income that goes specifically towards taking care of your debt. For example, student loans, car payments, credit cards, all of that. Most lenders are gonna want your debt to income ratio to be under 43%. This is why people with good income and good credit still get denied. Their debt load is too high relative to what they earn. And most people have no idea that this number exists. So here's what I want you to take away from everything that we've talked about today. The people who successfully buy homes are not smarter than you. They're not more disciplined. They're not luckier. They just had access to the right information. The first thing you need to know is see exactly where you stand. You need to know where you actually stand right now. So what's on your credit report? What's your current DTI? What loan programs can you qualify for? Or what assistance programs are available to you? That is your starting point. And I do want to share this amazing tool with you that is HomeQualifiers. HomeQualifiers was built specifically for people in your position right now. You want to buy a home, but you're not exactly where to start. You don't really know your starting point, and you need someone to walk you through it without overcomplicating everything. HomeQualifiers takes a look at what's on your credit report and goes to work removing the things that are holding your score down. Then we sit one-on-one with you to create a personalized roadmap towards homeownership. And then when everything is in the right window and everything is good to go, we connect you with a trusted lender who will get you approved into your home in under 12 months. I love to give this information out for free, and every single week I will be here with a new video. But of course, if you are ready to take that next step and you need a team behind you, HomeQualifiers is here to help. So if this video gives you clarity on even one thing that you didn't understand before, please subscribe. And before you go, please drop a comment down below about where you are in your home buying journey. Are you just starting out? Are you kind of stuck in the middle? Where are you exactly in this journey? I would love to know. So thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this video, and I will see you next week.